All right, here's my 944 turbo rear wheel bearings. Let me see if I can explain what I've done so far a little bit better. Okay, so I pressed in, removed both bearings, pressed in both bearings. That was easy enough. So getting the bearing into the control arm housing was easy enough. Where I'm sort of hung up is the pressing in of the hub. So I've seen two different procedures. One is on the Pelican parts video. Here's the hub from the other side. They're actually taking the hub and pressing it into the bearing that's already installed without the axle. So they're just driving that in, pressing it in, which is exactly what I did on both sides. This is the passenger side. On the driver's side, when I did that, this is that hub. It didn't have any lateral play like this one does. I'll show that in a second. But it rotated smoothly and it was fine. So then I took the axle and I just snugged up the nut with my cordless impact. And just snug, maybe 100 foot-pounds, 80 pounds, not much. And it wouldn't rotate at all. It was completely locked up. So I disassembled that, and here's that hub. So I've got to deal with that. On this side, this one's installed. Seems to rotate fine. It does have a tiny bit of lateral play, maybe not enough. So my question is, regardless of how you get this hub in, do you want it a little loose so that the axle bolt does the final torque and snugs it to the right spec? Again, I've seen two procedures. Pelican has you install this separately, which I did. You can see there's no axle there. And a couple of other write-ups, including Clark's, they're using the axle and torquing the axle down to pull in or draw in the hub. So what am I missing? Which procedure is correct? And if I do it the way I did it, should this have more play? Should this be a lot looser right now, have a lot more play in it? Because I think if I install the axle here, the same thing's going to happen on this side that happened on the other side. And it's just going to be bound up. All right, so that's what I've got. That's the confusion. Again, getting the bearing into the trailing arm, pressing that in and out, that's a piece of cake. No issue there. Got the circlip. That bottoms out. You can't really screw that up. This part, I'm managing to screw up.